I want to talk to you about urgent personal loan of $50,000. So if you are in that situation and you need money real fast, you want an urgent personal loan of 50 grand. Here are the top loans I want you to think about. First, Livestream. Livestream is going to be your reliable lender when it comes to fast, urgent personal loans. Okay, Livestream will give you a maximum of $100,000. So that's pretty good. I mean that's really good. So if you want 50 grand, you can easily get it through a Livestream. Okay, and the cool thing about Livestream here is that even the minimum loan amount is pretty decent. I mean, can you imagine they will give you a minimum loan amount of $5,000. So the range goes from 5 grand all the way to $100,000. This is really good. And what I love about the Livestream also is that you have the possibility to get things done real fast. In addition to that, Livestream is actually a subsidiary of a top bank. So again, you are really safe. Livestream is part of Truist Bank, okay? And Truist Bank used to be, Truist Bank emerged from the combination of SunTrust and BB&T. So that tells you a lot about banking expertise there, okay? So when I say banking expertise, I'm speaking about lending expertise also. So with the Lightstream, you have $5,000 to $100,000. Now you might say, well, why not just go to a tourist bank and apply for a loan there? Well, Lightstream is faster, and Lightstream is their online branch. I mean, it's the online arm. So if you go to tourist bank, that's if you want a loan through their brick and mortar sort of a model, okay? But I recommend the Lightstream if you want the loan real fast. And in terms of repayment, you will get anywhere from 2 to 20 years, okay, depending on the loan purpose. So they can give you a maximum of 20 years. On top of that, there is no origination fee. So this is really good for an urgent personal loan, okay? No origination fee, and there is actually no early payoff penalty. So that's really good. So, but the only thing with Livestream is that if you have bad credit, you will not qualify. They want you to have like a good credit, or at least, let's say, more than fair credit. So that's really important. If you're looking for an urgent personal loan of $50,000, another lender that I want you to think about is Upstart. So, I mean, Livestream is kind of cool, but Upstart is actually fantastic. Upstart is actually a fintech. So, but Upstart is not actually a subsidiary of a bank. It is an independent company that partners with banks to actually get funding, okay, to provide loans, and so that's really good. With Upstart, you're not getting a maximum of $100,000. You're getting a maximum $50,000. So loan amounts go from 1,000 to 50 grand, okay? And you can use the loan. The good thing about Upstart is that you can use the loan for anything you want, from debt consolidation to credit card refinancing to wedding to travel to whatever you want, to move into medical, okay? Upstart is pretty flexible, and that's really good if you're looking for an urgent personal loan. So I love that a lot. And one thing I want to say also is that the repayment term is pretty flexible. Here you're looking at 3 years all the way to 5 years. Okay. The only thing with Upstart and also Upgrade, I'll speak about that later on. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that they charge you a an origination fee. So they're charging you anywhere from 0% all the way to 12%. Can you imagine? That's kind of huge. That means what? It means that if you get approved for $1,000 for an Upstart loan, they are taking really $120 upfront. That's a lot of cash. Think about it. That's a lot of cash. So, I mean, you didn't really apply for a loan to actually get more than 10% withdrawn from your the loan amount right off the bat. But this is what Upstart really does. Okay, there is no early payoff penalty, but they're making sure they're charging their origination fee up front. Okay, but the thing is, if you have bad credit, you will qualify for an Upstart loan. That's for sure. So if you're looking for an urgent personal loan, of $50,000 minimum, you can actually get that through Upstart. So another urgent personal loan for $50,000 can actually be yours if you apply with PenFed. So PenFed is actually a credit union, which means you need to be a member before you can get a loan through them. But the cool thing about PenFed is that you have the possibility to actually apply with a co-borrower, okay? And also, PenFed doesn't require actually any specifics to qualify for membership. A couple of years ago, PenFed was only, let's say, reserved for military, like people with a military orientation, not orientation, military connection. Okay, so you got to have maybe you used to, they used to require potential candidates to either have served in the army or like be related to people who serve in the army. But nowadays, everybody can qualify for membership. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter who you are. As long as you are in this country, you can qualify for membership, for a PenFed membership. So that's really good. And the loan amounts goes from $600 to $50,000, and the APR goes from 8%, 8 to 9% to 18%. So 18%, that's the maximum APR that credit unions all over the country are actually are mandated to apply. Okay, so this is not just an APR that PenFed is really like very generous to apply. No, this is the maximum they can apply. So $600 to $50,000, and the repayment window here you're looking at 1 to 5 years. Okay, and you can use the loan for anything. So when you think about urgent personal loan for $50,000, you can use the loan for anything that you think is actually legal. Okay, I mean, of course, they'll ask you during the loan application process what you will use the money for, and this is something that you have to really explain to them and let them know exactly what you're going to use the funds for. Okay, and you can pick up actually the cash at a physical branch too. This is really good. I mean, of course, PenFed doesn't have branches in all 50 states, but if you are lucky enough to live in the neighborhood of, like in the vicinity of a PenFed branch, just walk into the branch and ask questions, and they will answer you. They'll give you more information, everything that you really need. So if you're looking for an urgent personal loan of $50,000, I want you to also think about Upgrade. So Upgrade is a great lender to think about. Okay, and Upgrade is great. Is actually great for debt consolidation. Upgrade is kind of similar to Upstart. They both are fintechs. They both partner with traditional banks to provide the funding that you really need. Okay, but you're getting the loan actually through Upgrade. Okay, so Upgrade is giving you anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000, and you can use the cash for anything that you want: debt consolidation, a major purchase, a home improvement, whatever you want. Okay, and in terms of repayment window, you're looking at 24 to 84 months. So that's 2 years to 7 years. And the credit score needed, you're looking at 500 minimum. Okay, so Upstart is a little better for is a little better for bad credit borrowers than Upgrade, because Upgrade, the credit score required is a little higher. Okay, but they have similar model when it comes to origination fee, for instance. Only thing is Upgrade is charging you a little lower, like a little lower amount. Like their origination fee goes from 2% all the way to 10%. Okay, and the late fee up to $10 with a 15-day grace period. So this is something to really think about. Okay, the only thing also is that I love is that Upgrade can pay creditors directly. Okay, so you don't have to really worry about that. You can just tell them to pay creditors directly, and you can have fast funding in as little as 1 day. And you also have several discounts available, including auto pay. So I recommend that you really, if you were to go with Upgrade, you want to set up auto pay. That will help you big time, especially when it comes to like when it comes to earning 0.25% or 50 0.50% in terms of a reduced APR. So that's really good. So let me actually share with you other urgent loans. So I first shared with you the top urgent loans to think about. So if you think about urgent personal loan for $50,000, consider primarily Livestream, Upstart, PenFed, and Upgrade. And now other urgent loans, you have SoFi, you have Best Egg, and you have Regions Bank. So when I say a SoFi, the cool thing about SoFi is that SoFi will give you a maximum of $100,000. Okay. The only thing is you may need strong credit to qualify with SoFi. Okay. But the thing about SoFi is that you can access specialized perks in addition to competitive rates. Okay. And if you lose your job through no fault of your own while you're paying off a SoFi loan, you may be able to temporarily modify your payments. So SoFi gives you that flexibility that you might need when it comes to loan repayment. So SoFi maximum loan amount $100,000. By the way, SoFi stands for social finance. So this tells you a lot about the business model of the company. So that's really good. Another urgent loan that I want to introduce to you is Best Egg. So Best Egg actually offers competitive rates for you if you have good or excellent credit. Okay. And so maximum loan amount here, $50,000. And there are no prepayment penalties on the loan. So that's really good. In other words, if for any reason you feel like you can repay the loan faster, go ahead and do it. But just remember that you may have to pay a one-time origination fee, kind of similar to Upgrade or Upstart. This is how those fintechs, they make money primarily. Okay. But if approved, you may see the money quickly. So Best X says about half of the customers receive the funds the next business day. So pretty good. You also have Regions Bank. So Regions Bank offers unsecured and deposit secured personal loans with fixed rates and no origination fee. Okay. Now you need to watch out for a potential processing fee though. Okay. So this lender offers pre-qualification and promises competitive rates if you have strong credit. Okay. And now if you are a new bank customer, if you are a new bank customer at Regions, you must apply over the phone or in person. So they do not allow you to apply online. Okay. They want you to be with them for at least 3 to 6 months, and in some cases 1 year before you can apply actually online. So those are the top 7 urgent personal loan providers that can really help you out if you need $50,000 real fast. Okay. And well, one thing I want to say here is that let me give you an overview. So before I close to this conversation, if you are looking for an urgent personal loan, don't let the speed, don't let the amount, don't let the fact that you want the cash real fast actually let you forget certain important things. Okay. You still want to pay attention to the fact that if a lender is giving you a fixed rate APR, you want to understand that this could be good because variable rates can go up and down over the lifetime of your loan. And with a fixed rate APR, you lock in an interest rate for the duration of the loan's term, which means what? It means that your monthly payment won't vary, making your budget easier to plan. So this is kind of cool from a flexibility point of view if you think about it. You want to also ask yourself, of course you are looking for a $50,000, but sometimes when you have flexibility in terms of minimum and maximum loan amounts, this or loan terms, this is really good. You also want to check whether or not the lender is charging you early payoff penalties, because this can be discouraging. Like if the lender wants you to really go all the way through the maximum term, like repayment window, this could be a little problematic. Okay. And you also want to make sure that you have a streamlined application process from the get-go so that you don't have to really apply and reapply and reapply and reapply. Okay. And also, you want to look for the fund disbursement process, How long does it take? How long would you have to wait before getting your funds, right? This is something to really think about from the get-go. Also, think about the creditor payment limits and loan sizes. Of course, you want $50,000, but some creditors, such as Livestream or SoFi, might actually offer you more like higher loan amounts. So maybe you might want to apply for a larger loan amount and see how much you could actually get through the process. So let me close to this conversation by giving you the strategy to go through if you want to get a $50,000 urgent personal loan this year. It's important to understand that no matter the lender that you go to, right? Whether you go to Livestream, Upstart, PenFed, Upgrade, or your traditional bank or your traditional credit union or other lenders, you still need to provide a few things. Like just be ready to provide things like your pay stubs, your W-2s. W-2s can actually cover the last 1 to 2 years. There are some lenders who want to actually have the last 3 years. And you also got to be ready to provide your bank statements. Bank statements for the last 6 months, okay, depending upon the lender. Some lenders are pretty strict. They want to see a full year of bank statements. So this is something it shouldn't be really complicated. You can download it. You can download the paperwork the from your bank's website, okay, and just be ready to also provide driver's license or social security number identification. So you got to provide something that really identifies you, some ID, okay, and also think about monthly expenses such as housing and other debts, because the lender is interested in understanding your DTE, your debt to income ratio, okay, and how much you want to borrow. So of course you want $50,000, but maybe you may not qualify for $50,000. You may qualify for something lower or higher. Who knows? Okay, and so maybe you also want to pledge some collateral. If this is your case, then you want to provide information about the collateral. Okay, so maybe providing collateral can really help you actually get the loan that you want faster. So it really depends, okay? But one thing for sure, if you want to get a $50,000 loan with no credit, it'll be very difficult, okay? And I mean, those $50,000 loans may be available to people with no credit or bad credit, but if you're lucky enough to get that loan, you'll be paying a lot in interest. In other words, your APR will go up. Okay, you're not going to get like a you're not going to get single digit APR. You'll be getting double digit APR. That's for sure. Okay, and also you might have to repay the loan over a shorter period, so maybe 3 years, because lenders are not going to give you 5 years or 7 years. If you have bad credit, they are going to give you a shorter repayment window. So this is something to really think about. And also, what I want to say is that you want to watch out for those origination fees, because remember, Upgrade with Upstart and even Best Egg, they're charging you like all the way to 10% or even 12% origination fees. That's a lot of cash, and that cash is coming out of the loan amount that you could potentially receive. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about urgent personal loans for $50,000. I give you the top urgent loans: Livestream, Upstart, PenFed, and Upgrade, and other urgent loans: SoFi, Best Egg, and Regions Bank. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.